With complex talks on Britain's divorce from the European Union due to start in a week's time, what impact will the election result have on Brexit? Many European politicians are interpreting the result as a punishment for Brexit, with some casting doubt if those talks will start as planned. But the chief negotiator for the EU, Michel Barnier, says those negotiations will begin when the British government is ready. Joining me now on the programme is Rob Johnston from Cumbria's Chamber of Commerce. Rob, morning. Thanks for coming in. A bad Brexit deal. What would that actually mean for our county?
Well, I've got to put this in perspective, Mike. I think you have to remember that 50% of our international trade is done with Europe. And it's a reciprocal situation, so whatever happens to us is not good for Europe as well. So rolling the clock back, as it were, some time to when we started this conversation, it's in everybody's interest to get a good deal. The problem we've got at the moment is that we're not in a position really to say what our starting position is following what happened last week. And what we've been pushing for is for all parties to get together on this and say, look, this is a significant issue of national importance for now and well into the future. And this sort of local squabble that's going on at the moment about parties and leadership is going to be a very minor thing in 5, 10, 15, 20 years' time.
So are you saying then that the makeup of the, if you like, the negotiating committee should include members of the Labour Party, the Liberal Democrats and what have you?
I think it needs to, because I think it needs to have that democratic reach back into the House. And you know, Parliament is there as our governance, and they're going to manage the process, as it were, through the government of the day. And had the Conservatives on Friday won a landslide, then I think it was not unreasonable that they could have led the negotiations in the way that they were expecting. I think what we're saying at the moment is that isn't the case. I mean, clearly they still have won, and clearly Theresa May is going to form a government. But we think that it's in the best interest of everybody to have at least a position that can go forward into negotiations, because we have to remember that we are one negotiating against 27. The politicians in Europe don't want this to be successful for us economically, because it sends out the wrong signal. So we're not in a very strong position, so it would make a lot of sense to get our act in order before we go and effectively do a battle.
How difficult will it be for Theresa May to get a good deal?
I think it is very difficult at the moment, because for anybody involved in negotiation, if the person you negotiate against looks weak and doesn't have the mandate to be there, they become a plaything. And there's a real danger that if this isn't handled correctly, that's what will happen. I mean, we can get through this. It's not the end of the world. It just requires some real leadership for once, and putting the nation first and the economy first, because they can talk about politics. We can have a Labour view manifesto, which is very socialist, or you can have a Conservative manifesto. At the end of the day, if the economy isn't working, there is no money to pay for it.